called for. Every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is the Lord, to the glory of God the Father. You can bow here and stand later, or you can bow later and be thrown in the pit. Your choice. That's the way it is. The Bible says, if you're ashamed of me in the presence of men, I will be ashamed of you in the presence of my Father. That's New Testament preaching right there. That's New Testament preaching against, this is for all you just grace people out there, when Jesus said, you workers of iniquity, I never knew you, and he cast them in the lake of fire to burn forever. It's a real grace message for them. You can bow now, or you can bow later. I would rather do it willfully now and bow before my Lord than I would try to bow before him in eternity only to be looked at and say, you worker of iniquity, I did not know you. Know the Lord. The word know in this form and fashion being used in the word when it says, I did not know you, means this. It means you have to have a heartfelt relationship with Christ inwardly, in your heart. You can't do it out of religion. You can't do it because it's the proper thing to do. You do it because Christ, you have a relationship with God. He alone examines the motives of our hearts. Love this. This is preacher training right here, 101. God knows my heart. When I get up here to preach the gospel to you, he knows whether I'm doing it because I love him or I'm doing it to try to get something out of it for personal gain. He knows. He knows this. You cannot hide nothing from God. You can't hide anything from him. There is nothing you can put it in the deepest closet of your heart or mind that he does not see. Openly. When he looks at you, he sees you and everything about you to the deepest part of your being, that nothing is hidden from him. What you plan on doing, what's in your heart, what you've done, is all before God. Even the most secret things. As a preacher, he knows my heart. There are preachers who will preach. They will look at the. I always look to the side when I do this because I'm used to looking at the Sunday school board still, even after all this time. They'll look at the account every Sunday. What we do in our offering today? Ooh, it's down. It's been down the last 2 or 3 Sundays. Oh, has it? Woo, bust out Micah. Would a man rob God? One of the more favorite sermons to preach about tithing. Would a man rob God? Yet you have robbed him in your tithes and offerings. I would rather see your heart motivated to give and be a cheerful giver than being a pep talk from me. I'd rather see God inspire you to give of your time as well as your pocketbook. God asks for tithing and offering. Yes, he does. There's a lot of preachers who will look at that and they'll preach what they want to preach and not what God has said to preach. And then tithes will spike up. And then it'll start drifting off. Hey man, you're going to have to pay my wage now and my retirement. Give me some, bust out Micah. Right? A lot of these churches, they're paying their minister $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year. Plus they bought his home. Plus they buy his car. Plus he's got insurance. Plus he's got retirement. That's true. That's no joke. Here, y'all couldn't buy my shoes. At Kmart. That's going out of business. So I am happy to preach the gospel. I do it because I love God. And the preaching of the word is what transforms people and gets them into heaven. What could be the greatest reward other than that? Other than seeing people go to heaven, seeing people getting changed, seeing people getting help. Man, that's the greatest of all things. Right? Man, I love that. I love the fact that little Pilar come here. I hate it for a family that she passed away, but in my heart I'm happy as anything because she got saved and went on to be with the Lord. I'm happy for Denise because even though it was her last moments and her last, and she suffered a little bit and her family is suffering, yet she went on to be with God. And her going on, her getting saved is a motivator for her family to want to follow her. That's an open door. Love it. Love it. So, God knows my heart. Never once did we try to win you with flattery, as you well know. And God is our witness that we were not pretending to be your friends just to get your money. As for human praise, we have never sought it from you or from anyone else. What we do, we're happy to do. We're called to do. We do it for God. We do it for the Lord. So my question, what's your motive? What is it? Are we doing this for other motives? Is there something else we desire? You know, in this little church, I can tell you right now, you ain't coming here for any other reason than for God because there ain't nothing else left. Now, it could be our mocha machine outside the doors and our Sunday morning cafe coffee shop. Or it could be, you know, our fitness arena down here in the basement. Our fitness gym consists of, if we got to move the refrigerator or something, picking it up. I don't want to tempt you guys with all that stuff, so I'm sorry about that. But I know your heart. And I believe everyone here is here because you love the Lord. Just like me. I want nothing more than to see you go to heaven. And I want to go. And I want to be there. Stand with me.